Hello, and very happy to see you on our channel. Today we give you a piece of breaking news from British news magazines. Meghan and Harry no longer the golden couple, and it hurts like hell. Nobody could ever recover from such humiliation. If you listen to the rumors flying around, you may have had a better idea of what Meghan Markle is up to. The rumor mill is currently spinning at a terrific rate. Two widely respected PR girls, Toya Holness and Christine Wheal-Schirmer, have been recently hired by Meghan Markle to improve her popularity ratings. Meghan is aware, after checking out the polls in the newspaper last week, that she and Harry are no longer the golden couple, and it hurts. There are bound to be problems ahead because the PR firm Sunshine Sachs is still being retained by Meghan. Two outfits working for the same client isn't a good idea. They will never agree on policy. If they thought alike and pursued exactly the same agenda, there would be no need for both of them. If they had different ideas of how to move Meghan forward, who would she listen to? We know that Meghan doesn't listen to advice. She does what she wants. It appears that several PR employees suggested that posing for pictures in a cemetery wasn't a good idea, but she went ahead with it anyway. We are also being told that Toya Holness and Christine Wheal-Schirmer immediately changed their social media profiles to private to ensure that only friends can see their photos and make comments. They don't want any criticism of Meghan to shine on their parade. It is being alleged amongst those in the know that Meghan is livid that the media is showing William and Catherine as the royal couple who can do no wrong, whereas she and Harry are seen as a self-interested couple who quit the royal family to pursue the limelight and the dollars. Meghan hopes the two new PR additions will turn things around and show people how committed she is to doing good, and for them to see a different, more positive side to her. People are interpreting this as wanting to present a fake image of herself so people will like her. Meghan knows her popularity has dropped like a stone, and that the British public don't want to see her on their shores again. But there is one visit to the UK she is dreading. Prince Philip's next birthday, in 7 months' time, will be his 100th. His health isn't good, and with the best will in the world, like the rest of us, he isn't going to live forever. If she is still married to Harry, there will be a funeral to attend before too long. Her biggest fear is that she will be publicly booed. The media will flash pictures around the world. She will be finished. Have no doubt Meghan knows that the public booing at a solemn royal funeral would be unprecedented. Nobody could ever recover from such humiliation. With the Queen in attendance and out of respect for the occasion, it is unlikely that booing will take place. Meghan's PR people will probably play this to show us that Harry and Meghan are still loved and admired. We all know that whatever happens, Meghan will be dressed for the cameras, and she will have forced her distressed actress look on her face. Meghan can hire as many PR firms as she wishes, but when in the UK, she will wake up to a frosty and hostile reception. She has vastly underestimated the British public. Why does negative discussion online about Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, continue when she and Harry are not even involved in royal duties and live as private citizens? Well, there are private citizens and then there are private citizens. The former live their quiet lives out of the spotlight and make up the vast majority of people in the world. Known only to family, friends, colleagues, and neighbors, their lives, whatever they are lived in almost total anonymity. And then there are private citizens, those who aren't royalty but who, through their choice of lifestyle, court the media. They could be congressmen and women, senators, or would-be presidents, famous within their own comparatively small state boundaries until they stand on a major stage. Pete Buttigieg comes to mind. Comparatively unknown, then known throughout the U.S., and a bit elsewhere, and now back to obscurity in Indiana. Others have a long lifespan as a celebrity: Angelina Jolie, Gwyneth Paltrow, Brad Pitt, Leonardo DiCaprio. All have achieved global fame at one time or another, but each rise to the top is because their latest film has been wonderful, or a turkey, or they have done a good deed that needs recording. For instance, Brad Pitt and his Make It Right scheme to build 150 homes in New Orleans is a case in point. And then you have Meghan, who, unknown to the rest of the world, wanted to be the most famous person on the planet. But until Suits, she was unknown outside of a small niche following of shows such as Deal or No Deal. Once she had moved to Toronto, she made friends with the very well-connected Jessica Mulroney and frequented Soho House, where Marcus Anderson took her under his wing. She started the TIG, she got to make a speech at the UN, and she traveled on behalf of World Vision and other charities. But she was still not a global figure, not even famous in Hollywood, although to be a Hollywood A-lister was her dream. Along comes one of the most famous men on the planet. Why is he famous? Because he belongs to the most famous family in the world, the UK royal family. Once Meghan married Harry, she was going to be very famous, whether she liked it or not. And to begin with, she lapped it up, basking in favorable publicity from an adoring British public who were happy their favorite prince had found love at last. All well and good, but through deeds and actions, her star began to fall. Even being a member of the royal family couldn't improve the way the public began to perceive her. Here, instead of resolving to do better, to make amends for any mistakes, she fled, taking Harry with her. But she still wanted to be the most famous person on the planet, a role she could have achieved easily had she remained with the royal family. So how was she to achieve her goal? And the wealth she believed would pour in as she waltzed around Hollywood, Harry in tow, being the flavor of the month with all those stars who would have nothing to do with her before she had a prince on her arm. PR and more PR and even more. And throughout their time since fleeing the UK, these PR people have ensured Meghan's name is still up there in lights, in headlines, and on video. So much so she has become the third most trolled person on the planet. And to Meghan, I think it matters little whether the publicity is good or bad. She just wants to be known. And she has two places to go before achieving her goal, her lifelong dream. So on top of all that PR, they have now engaged two more people, Christine Schirmer to lead the press team and Toya Holness as press secretary, and they will be keeping on UK-based PR, James Holt. Now I ask you, what a private citizen would employ PR firms, their own press officer, and indeed a press secretary? I'll answer the question for you. No one except an individual or couple who wanted to ensure their names were up there in the public eye at all times and in any circumstance. So they are fair game, and we are playing into it because their quest for private life is a sham and a scam. A quiet private life was never ever on the cards. Meghan pulled Harry away from all he held dear in order to live the high life as an A-list star. Well, so far she's failed in that respect, and I doubt she will ever be the high flyer amongst the likes of Hollywood big names, because her reputation is sinking fast. She could easily make it to the number one in the troll stakes, and it seems she will stoop as low as she needs to go to do this. It now appears Christine and Toya started working for the pair last month. Perhaps the former is responsible for the cemetery debacle, in which case I would think her future is far from assured. Without Harry, Meghan would, over time, disappear without a trace. But private citizen or member of the royal family, Harry is still a prince and newsworthy. As long as Meghan's star is hitched to his, discussion online about the couple will continue. And to Meghan, it matters little whether it's favorable or not. How about you? What do you think of Meghan and Harry no longer being the golden couple? Please let us know in the comment section below and discuss them together. And as always, come back to our channel for all the latest news on the royal family, Meghan and Harry right here. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Goodbye.